Just to warn you before we start this podcast does contain adult language. If you've listened to the other ones, it's just the same as that. But thought I'd better start giving you a little warning before, just in case you've got the kids in the car or whatever. So there is bad words coming up, just to let you know. Welcome to Chill Team, my name is Joe, and today I'm joined by Barrett, but we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into the details of today's episode in a minute, because it's a big one, and it's an important one. It's not the 50th episode. It's nearly the 50th episode, but that's not why it's important. We will get there in a minute. First off, if you're new here, then welcome. Chill Team is a Kill Team Battle Report podcast. We give you audio-focused battle reports for when you're driving or your eyes are otherwise occupied, when you're painting and things like that. However, that doesn't mean that we aren't available on YouTube. So if you have found us on YouTube and you are listening to this on YouTube, then just so you know, we're available on whatever podcasting app you prefer, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if it happens to be Apple Podcasts that you listen to us on, then please do go ahead and leave us a rating and review. I can't even put into words how important that is for a podcast. And on top of that, I just love reading them. And I think, as I mentioned before, I think you'll enjoy reading them too if you're a fan of this podcast. So we seem to have carved out a niche of an audience that decided to turn our reviews area into kind of a little in-joke based comment section. So feel free to go and read it and add to that. There's a couple of funny ones, a couple of funny usernames that relate to the podcast as well, that we really do enjoy. So go and check those out and leave a review if you haven't already. Now, just before we get into the explanation of the episode, and I apologise, by the way, if I sound a bit nasally. I've been quite ill recently, and I'm still not entirely over it. I've left recording this intro as late as I can because I thought I'd be over it, but I'm not. But if you've been listening to us for a while, you should know by now that it's January. I'm going to be ill. That's how it works for some reason. Before we get into the actual episode, I do have something that I want to address. We had an email from a listener back on the 10th of January, so last week, if you're listening to this when the episode actually goes out. And the email is from a listener called Jesse from Canada, and they basically told me that their friend who got them into the podcast, Luca, has been diagnosed with leukemia fairly recently. And it might seem like a bit of an out-of-the-blue email to receive. However, some of you will know, I think probably most of you will know, judging by the reaction that I got to the post. But last December, I posted about how, basically opening up a little bit about my history with leukemia personally. So I posted in December, and last December was 10 years since I'd been diagnosed with leukemia, and I eventually got the all clear in 2013. So I'm quite a bit past it now, and you know, whenever it gets that part of the year, it's on my mind quite a lot. So I decided to open up in a post last year, just in case, because I always thought that, like, you know, it's never really been much of a problem before because not many people were listening to anything that I was doing. But with this, there's quite a few of you out there. Like, there's hundreds of you, thousands of you that download this podcast every week. So I started to become quite aware of the fact that if my mood was different or my mind was on other things, that it might come out in the podcast. So I decided to talk about it, and hearing all your reactions and comments and stuff really did help. So due to that, a lot of a lot of listeners are obviously already aware of my history with leukemia. So Jesse decided to reach out off the back of that and to break the news about his friend Luca, obviously. And it took me a little while to reply to the email, in all honesty, because my heart just sank while I was reading it, to know that a listener, a dedicated listener of the show, a listener that's put other people onto the podcast, is having to go through that. And that's something that I've experienced firsthand. I know exactly what they're going through at the moment. So I did just want to put this little shout out at the beginning to Luca and give you all the well wishes in the world that we can offer from Chill Team. And I said this to Jesse, and I hope he passed the message on, but if not, I'll say it just now, is that I, on a personal note, look back on my time dealing with leukemia as it's a distant memory to me now. And at one point in my life, it didn't feel like it would ever be that. It feels like this is it. So as difficult as it probably is to hear, or unbelievable as it is to hear, I guess I just wanted to say that it's not. You will look back on this part of your life as if you can barely remember it, as I now do. So, thank you for being such a loyal listener. Thank you for putting your good friends, such as Jesse, onto the podcast. And we wish you better. And we look forward to hearing all the positive updates that are to come with your treatment, I'm sure. Now, also, when I got diagnosed, I was part of quite a close-knit music scene at the time, and the word got around pretty quick about it, and it was all kind of pretty shocking to everyone. And I got a load of free stuff. I got a load of free stuff from bands. I got a load of free stuff from record labels. So now I'm deciding to pass that forward, and I'm going to send a bunch of free stuff to you, Luca. So some merch and some other bits that we've got that can hopefully just take your mind off of everything that's going on at the moment, as well as obviously hopefully these podcasts do as well. So if anyone else is listening and they want to pass on something as part of that care package, then feel free to email me, and I'm sure we can rally the troops and get a bunch of stuff over, get you enough to kind of take your mind off of everything that's going on at the moment. So I'm going to leave that there, and I will, with the permission of Jesse and Luca anyway, update the listeners as we go on, because I no doubt if I just didn't talk about it from now on, I'm sure people would be wondering what's going on. So I'll talk to Jesse and see if that's something that they'd be open to, of having the updates as and when we get them. And that is about it, I think. I've been told that Luca plays Grey Knights quite a lot as well, and they crush against Jesse's Custodian Guard. So obviously on the podcast we have a Grey Knights player, we have a Custodian Guard player. The Grey Knights player is known as someone who likes to bend the rules to their will, and the Custodian Guard player is known as someone who rolls half the number on a dice that they need to. So I think we should be able to recreate one of your battles on the podcast at some point. So hopefully we get to that point during this campaign. And I'm going to lead that back around now to actually talking about the campaign. Because did I even mention that this is the start of a campaign? I can't remember. But this is the start of our second ever campaign. And we wanted to find a way to offer up more narrative podcasts, more narrative battle reports without substituting the things that you love about the podcast as it is, because we didn't want to put ourselves in a corner of playing the same teams over and over again and things like that. So we've gone down the narrative route, and this is where we're going to be going with the podcast for the foreseeable future. The way that it works is pretty simple, just to lay some ground rules for the campaign, is that we wanted to tell a narrative story. Okay, so that's the priority here. Within that, we are focusing on 4 main factions. But alongside that, there will be, depending on where the story takes us, the wins and losses are going to make a difference to the narrative. Within that, there will be random encounters, random appearances from other kill teams, some that you're familiar with, some that you aren't, and that will help us keep the teams fresh. And it will also give you the opportunity to hear named characters that you grow attached to as you hear them level up and gain new abilities. You'll get to hear how they perform against an array of different opponents. So that's going to let us do that. There is no resources or like material or territory and all that. We're not doing that. And there's also no specific winning aim, which sounds odd. I do understand that, but we are focused on the narrative side of this. So we have an end game of what we want the end of the story to be. We just need to get there. It's a little bit like Lost. I don't know if you remember Lost, the TV show. I don't know if you remember one of the biggest TV shows of all time, but they always said that they knew where they wanted to end and they just didn't know how they were going to get there. That is where we're at. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That's how we're going to roll with it. And outside of that, I would just say strap in and enjoy, because other than that, it will just be the same podcast that you know and love. We're still going to be playing games in the way that we would have previously. It's just the lists will be a little bit different because we are running a campaign now. So hopefully this is a long-lasting thing that you guys will really grow attached to and really enjoy. But we are always open to feedback, as you're aware. If it's positive feedback, do it in review form on the Apple podcasting app. And if it's negative feedback, just email me. It's fine. Just email me. Trust me, that'll be fine. Just email me. So yeah, that is where we're at. And with that, we are going to start the campaign off with the introduction of one of the first main factions, the ASTRA MILITARUM, or the Chillixian Guard. Oh yeah, the Chillixian Guard indeed, as they take on Barrett's boys. The mission being played is Assassinate, taken from the core manual, except it is being played at 125 points along with the addition of elites. And the aim of the mission is simple. The ASTRA MILITARUM must take the Ork leader out of action. If they don't, they lose. If they do, they win. If you'd like to see the command rosters and teams used, then just head to our Instagram page at ChillTeamPod, or of course, chillteam.co.uk. I know a lot of people were having issues with the most up-to-date episodes showing up on the website. That should be fixed now. So if you head there and it's not fixed, please do let me know. And with that, I will head to a word about our sponsor before getting into the game itself. Guys, this podcast is sponsored by Versatile Terrain. And Versatile Terrain, if you do not know, are the company that make those custom nameplates that you see on our miniatures, in our photos. They have 3 different designs to choose from. They do all different sizes of bases. So if you want to take it outside Kill Team, you want to get a nameplate on your Imperial Knight, go for it. They've got that. And they have over 15 fonts to match your army's theme. Obviously, we are talking about custom made to order items here, so there is a bit of a waiting list. So get over there as soon as you can. versatileterrain.co.uk for the most essential accessory in Kill Team. Never before had an Ork stepped foot on the soil of Chillix V. But that doesn't mean that the Chillixian Guard hadn't had their fair share of losses at the hands of the greenskins. Many campaigns had been fought far and wide, as long ago as the Great Crusade, that pitted the men of the regiment against these foul hordes. This time, however, it was different, as this time it was on their home soil. A tear in space opened like a knife through fabric, propelling the savage brutes straight at the planet of Chillix V. This surprise appearance, paired with a strong electromagnetic interference in the region, meant the defense grid was caught completely off guard. Although they were a relatively small incursion of Orks, they managed to make planetfall and a large crater next to the sprawling hive city of Hartis. The men and women of the Chillixian Guard stood ready to defend their city from the invasive foe and fortified vital strategic positions with a team of elite soldiers. The regiment vowed that day not to allow a single piece of Imperial technology to be looted by the heathen greenskins, or their honour be stained until death. But we'll start with the Orks. The Orks have crash landed into this humble planet. We're ready. We're at the ready.
We're coming to cause a bit of trouble.
Prepared.
Rip some limbs off some guard filth.
But yeah, so what? Barrett's boys are
back.
But who's making Barrett's boys? Who have we got, and where do they stand?
Let's start with the new faces.
Okay.
So in this team, we have 4 flash gits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically 3 and 1 captain.
Okay.
One of them, returning favourite, Ballbaggis. I assume he's a favourite by now. He's been in one episode.
Yeah, that's normally how it works with the Orks. They're in one. They show up once, and then they're a favourite. Once,
do something, or get killed first turn, and then they're.
But either way, they're still a favourite.
Yeah. He's in. He's a little demolition specialist this time. I've got another one's a comms. The captain is heavy with the Git Finder Squig, and they've just got a normal one. So they're poised right bang in the centre
of your deployment zone. Yeah.
Well, I say they start bang in the centre and then edge towards right. They're in the middle of the edge of it.
Yeah. So you're kind of pushing towards the centre of the board.
Yeah, hiding behind a few drums and pipes.
Mm-hmm.
In between, so they're kind of clumped in. You got 2 at the front, an ammo run behind one, 2 at the back, and an ammo run behind them.
It's a very structured formation for Orks.
Yeah. Get their little. We've gone very shooty list with this one.
Yeah. You actually look, the way you've deployed is even more structured than me, and I'm playing guard, so that's a weird situation to be in, but still
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then in the little building that's in my deployment zone, the bottom of it, we have the famous 5. We've got Stonks, Thickums, the Crumb Sniffer, the Crudger, and Wayne.
Yeah.
Now they're all huddled inside the building, all surrounded by surrounding the leader, who is the returning great, the Hammer. He survived the last campaign, I believe.
So this is the thing. I see the Hammer. He's the leader. Without a leader, you won't know what's going on. You won't know what to do. You are nothing without the Hammer.
He
doesn't look like he does much.
He may be small, but he be mighty.
Yeah. he doesn't look like he does much, but without the Hammer, you are the head. So
these big guys don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
They're all
big. They're all no brains. Whereas the Hammer, he's the mastermind.
He knows what's up. He's got his goggles on.
So that is why I'll be trying to take him out.
And I think it'll be a tough time keeping him alive. But the famous 5 will get it.
Yeah. They'll probably one
just
of them will
making
probably
threatening
just
hand gestures.
they'll just keep dressing up like him.
Yeah.
So I'll kill one, and then it'll turn out, oh no, he's just dressed up as the hammer.
Just keep swapping the nameplates around.
So over on the other side, we've been caught off guard a little bit by this invasion, but we managed to ready kill Team Novak as soon as we could, and that consists of, in the top right corner, so directly diagonally opposite from your the building that your leader is in. We have on the third tier overlooking the entire kill zone, that is Guardsman Taras, who is equipped with a las gun and a vox caster. On the tier below him is Guardsman Hicks. I've gone for very typical army names.
I think you got it, really.
A lot of them pulled from films, as I do. So if anyone thinks they know where these names are from, they're all from different films, then feel free to comment. You will get nothing if you're correct, but bragging rights, I suppose. And then on the bottom floor, in the corner of the ruin, hopefully hidden, we have the man himself, Sergeant Novak, equipped with a broken arm and a plasma pistol. And then next to him, guarding him pretty closely, we have Guardsman Barnes and Hartman. Classics. And that's all, everyone that's in that building. Just out the front of that building, behind a couple of ammo crates, we have Guardsman Elias with a las gun.
Nice.
Alongside Special Weapons Gunner Crawford, who has a plasma gun.
That's a strong.
Which I know you're scared.
Yeah.
I know you're scared of the plasma.
Don't like that.
More towards the centre of my deployment zone, we have my two specialists, my heavy specialist and my sniper specialist. Both are guardsman gunners that are wielding melter guns. That'll be Roman and Wald. Roman is the sniper and Wald is the heavy.
I would have said the other way around. But
no, well...
He just sounded like a Roman.
If you think that, then I'm winning, because I'm confusing you straight away. So that is what we aim to do.
I don't know which way's up.
Just behind them, we have a special character that I'm bringing into the team.
Not happy about this.
In Ripley, which will otherwise be known to a lot of people if we just break the law speak for a minute and we speak strictly gameplay. A lot of other people will know this model as Pius Vaughn.
Been spanked by a couple of times.
Yeah, so she's in there, and she is a zealot specialist. But I also have a veteran specialist that I haven't got to yet, and that is because Pius Vaughn gets to be a zealot on top of all of your other specialists.
Yeah, very, very good.
Very tasty indeed.
For a measly 15 points.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No.
On the other hand, just in front of her at a measly 40 points is a Bullgrin. I haven't had very good luck with Bullgrins, but Ripley has managed to tame this one. Teach it a few things.
Teach some manners.
Yeah. First thing she said was put down that gun for a start and pick up your maul, I think it's called. Bullgrin maul, that's what it's called. So he's got a Bullgrin maul and a brute shield, 40 points on the nose. So a hefty amount, but we could only take 12 models to start.
Yeah,
and
we chose to go 125.
Yeah, for some reason. No idea why. So that leaves, as I mentioned, I have a veteran specialist in Special Weapons Gunner Creed, who's all the way over the bottom right-hand side of the building, of the kill zone, in a building, completely hidden, I would hope. At least that's where he is supposed to be.
Well, from where I'm sitting,
he's pressed up against the wall inside. So
yeah,
I would hope that he's hidden. And as a veteran, he's allowed a little bit more free reign. He's allowed to go off on his own. He knows what he's doing. He's been here before, and he has a flamer.
Looks like he's going to be causing me some grief.
I would hope so. Yeah, and that is Kill Team Novak at the ready to hopefully dispose of the hammer and dispose of Barrett's boys.
I am concerned.
Shall we do? I don't know if I mentioned actually. It would have been on the intro, but for gameplay purposes, the Chillixian Guard, they represent the Talon.
Nice.
With their regimental doctrine.
And I went for the freebooters.
Okay, what does the freebooters do?
So in each phase, for every model of mine that takes one of yours out of action, the rest of all the models in my team are then +1 to hit for that phase.
Okay, cool. And my one is simply that I get to shoot when I advance still. And if I am shooting with an assault weapon when I advance, I don't have to pay the penalty.
Nice.
So that is that.
Yeah.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Hang on, when do I do the veteran move? Now? Before initiative or after initiative?
Oh,
It's before initiative, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
If I want to do it. Oh, I don't want to keep my... Gonna have to do it. I'll spend a CP.
No.
I'll do a veteran move. We'll cover where that veteran has moved when we cover the normal move. But
yeah.
Just throwing it out there, spending a CP for a veteran move. Now we'll do the initiative.
Nice. It's a 9 for me.
That is a 9 for me.
Oh dear.
Let's re-roll it.
There's a 7 for me.
It's a 6 for me. Whew. So you are going to get to go first.
Yeah.
Which I was not. For once, I was hoping to go first.
Yeah.
For once. But let's see how this goes then. So we'll cut away, we'll do the movement, we'll come back and talk about it in a second. So, before anything, the veteran move.
Yep.
As I said, he was down in the building on his own, veteran Creed. And what he decided to do was advance ahead of the rest of the troops, trying to sneak around a empty storage crate, an armoured container that is there. And he thought he'd managed to catch the Orks off guard, but
But Wayne had other ideas.
we'll get to that. Because the Orks moved first, so you might as well start with the reaction to that move there.
Wayne charged him. He needed an 8. He was charging from behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
He needed an 8, and he got a 10.
Yeah. So...
he's come in fierce.
Yeah.
He's
so
happy.
Wayne is now up in the grill of my veteran, which is what it is. And what did the rest of Barrett's boys do?
The hammer, he's just moved right to the back of the building he was in. One side of it is completely invisible, line of sight. There's a window slightly to the other side of the building, but you will have to get right round if you want to.
Yeah, I'll have to go completely around the other side of the board.
He's tucked in the corner of it. And then the rest of the grots in there, they just kind of piled around him, just covering him up. So he's at least obscured if anything happens.
Just saving him.
And you can't charge him.
Everything else...
Everyone else readied up.
Everyone else readied up.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
And on the ASTRA MILITARUM side of things, everyone that was in the building on the top right-hand side has just readied.
Okay.
So everyone that was in the tiers of that building, and also the two guys that were out the front of that building, hiding behind the ammo crates, they've readied.
A lot of ready boys.
They are taking charge from the rear, from the back. Obviously, my veteran's in combat. The Bullgrin did what the Bullgrin is supposed to do, and he just blindly charged. It was a long charge, a 10-inch charge, but he failed.
He did.
He came just short, and I did not re-roll it because I had to spend a CP to try and make a 4-up invuln save, which I failed.
Yep.
So he's down to 1 wound.
Yes. Balzac came through.
Balzac came through. However, he did choose to move the 8 inches directly forward.
And I had to use a command point to re-roll the wound.
Yeah.
So I'm on 1 command point now.
And I'm on none. So the Bulgrin did just move up ahead, and he is right up in the grill of all of your... What are they called again?
Oh, flash gits.
Flash gits.
Yeah. They're not happy. We're not happy about this.
Yeah, and then alongside him is his trusty sidekick, Ripley, advanced with a nasty flamer. Got a big old 6 on the advance and managed to run directly next to him.
Yeah.
She's a little bit out in the open now, but luckily I imagine will be obscured from most things, I think, because of those crates, among other stuff. And then Ripley's to his left, and to his right is my sniper specialist who advanced with the melter gun. Managed to get up. Also got a 4. Sorry, got a 4. Not also. Got a 4 on the advance. Managed to run up next to the Bulgrin, hiding behind some ammo crates, and eyeing up the flash gits. Also, but the reason I was saying also is because my heavy specialist got a 6 on the advance.
Yes.
And decided to run up the other side, round the side of that central building, remaining obscured a tiny bit, but eyeing up the flash gits nonetheless. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 readied bodies looking at you.
I've got 6.
You've got 2 melter guns looking at you. You've got a beastie flamer looking at you, and you've got a pissed off Bulgrin looking at you, who can't do much at the moment, but regardless.
Wow.
So, with the initiative, would you like to shoot first?
Yeah. Now, what do I do first? I mean, I think Ripley would not be obscured from the captain. His hands over the barrels.
Yeah, I think because of the stance that she's pulling on that. If her other foot was closer to the front of her base, I think I'd probably be contesting that. But yeah, I'll give you that.
How many wounds does she have?
2.
She got an invuln.
I don't believe she does. I don't think she gets to save at all.
No?
Oh, but she does have a negate wounds. She has a feel no pain.
Okay. Is that 6? Is it
5?
5. Ooh, okay.
So she doesn't get a save. She's like a boxwalker, basically. She doesn't get a save, but she gets a feel no pain.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to split fire. So you got 3 shots. I'm going to do 2 at her and 1 at the Bulgrin. So the Bulgrin will be obscured.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then. So because I've got the Git Finder squig, +1 to my hit rolls.
Okay.
So I'll be hitting her on 2s, because they normally hit 3s.
Yep.
Unobscured within short range. And I'll be hitting the Bulgrin on 3s.
Okay.
So I'll do the ones at her first.
Yeah.
2 shots on 2s. It's 3 and a 2. They are strength 6.
Toughness 3.
2s to wound. There's a 6 and a 4.
What damage are they?
Mine 2 damage each.
2 damage each. So I'll do I'll do them all at the same time.
Yeah.
None of them.
Okay.
So injury roll.
It's 2 damage then. 2 rolls. 3 and a 2.
A 3 and a 2 will put her on a flesh wound.
But I'm going to use the last command point and try and take her out.
Okay.
Try and get her gone. I don't want that flamer going off. It's a 6 and 4.
That is a 6. So she dies before managing to do anything. I do feel like I probably should have looked at her save before I charged her up the field. But regardless, she's out of action. You got one more shot on the Bulgrin.
Yeah. So on a 3 for this one, which is good. So 4. So strength 6, toughness 5.
Okay.
3 to wound. That's a 3.
Okay. He has 1 wound left. Another 4-up invuln save. That's a 2.
And it's 2 damage.
Okay.
Takes it down to 0. The 4.
The 4 puts him out of action. specialist.
Now on a 6 up, or just a 6, I get to shoot again because of flash gets rules.
Okay.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Never mind.
Not shooting again. Okay, over to me. I'm going to take my...
Oh, you haven't...
Oh, my
done an
orders.
order. Yeah. In friendly sport, I'll let you.
Yeah, good shout. I will... my plasma guy who readied will be re-rolling ones.
Okay.
Yeah. How many wounds do the flash kits have? Two each.
Yeah.
So he's going to shoot. Talking of the devil, special weapons gunner Crawford.
Ooh.
He's going to now supercharge as he is re-rolling those ones for. Well, yeah.
Makes sense.
Let's just see if Balzac is within 12, and he is.
I knew he was.
So that'll be 2 shots.
Yeah. Just obscured.
The
elbow beyond them.
Yeah, he will be obscured, but it is at short range. So it is 5s.
Nice.
Re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
2 1s.
Bloody hell. Pray for another one of those.
A 5 and a 3, so 1 hits. It
Toughness
is
4.
strength 8, toughness 4, so 2s to wound.
Come on, 1.
That is a 4 at -3.
Almost got a save. They got 4 up, so.
That is -3, and it's 2 damage.
Cool.
Needing 5 or 6s to take you out of action because you are within an inch of the barrels.
Thankfully.
3 and a 4. So that is a flesh wound.
Oh. Thank God. Well, I guess I best pick him next then, before he goes.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to take the comms buff on him as well.
Okay. To negate that -1 that he now has.
Although... Yeah, take comms buff.
Gonna comms him up.
Going to comms him up. Oh, so because... Hold on a sec.
Okay.
So I took 2 guys out of action.
Mm-hmm.
So let's read Freebirds again. Add 1 to the hit rolls for attacks made by models in your kill team for each other model in your kill team that has taken any model out of action. So 1 model's taken an enemy model out. So for the rest of this phase, everyone is +1 to hit.
Okay.
So...
Well, just the flash gets.
Yeah, just the flash gets,
Yeah.
Let me work this out. So he normally hits 3s, but he's got a flesh wound.
-1 for the flesh wound.
But now he's
4s.
Yeah, but now he's black to +1.
So he's +1 because his mate killed someone.
So he's back to freeze.
Back to freeze.
Comms in
him.
on a 2.
He's on 2s.
So I'm going to...
Who's he shooting?
Fire at your...
Inside or outside? Who are you trying to point at?
I don't know what's the range on it, because you're obscured. Going to be just out of 12.
Just out of 12.
I believe, is that?
Yeah, because his gun is hovering over his base.
So then that would be obscured and long range. Put me down to 4s again.
Back you down to 4s.
It's not too bad.
Any of them will be other than
your plasma guy.
Plasma guy.
He's within 12.
Plasma guy, yeah.
But would be
Plasma
obscured.
guy will be on freeze.
And he would be on...
Melter guy will be on freeze.
I'm going to go for...
These dudes will be... Anyone else will be on 4s. Which isn't actually bad still.
I'm going to risk...
So it's not a bad choice to have.
I'm going to go for the melter one. Yeah. I'm going for melter guy right in front of me.
Okay, so you're going for the sniper specialist.
Yeah. So I got 3 shots on 3s. 3, 3, and a 2.
Okay. 2 hits.
Do I use the ammo runt's little reroll?
So do you want to explain what the ammo runt rule is?
Yeah, so the ammo runts, if they're within 3 inches of a friendly model, 2 inches, sorry, once per shooting phase, I can reroll 1 hit roll for a shooting attack made by that model.
Okay.
I think I'll leave it because I've still got 2 guys left to shoot.
Okay.
And
he's next to all of them pretty much.
Yeah, so I'll save them for those just in case.
Okay.
Oh, I'll have a reroll though. What if they all hit and I'll be kicking myself? No, they're further away. Right, the 2 shots then. So it's strength 6. Strength 6 on your toughness 3.
Yeah.
So 2's to wound. So 6 and a 1, so 1 at -2.
Okay. Don't think that gives me a save. No save.
Okay, so it's just 2 damage.
Yep.
Injury roll. Needing a 5 or 6 because you're obscured.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 6 in there.
Sniper specialist taken out.
And so first of all, on a 6, he can shoot again.
Yep.
It's a 2.
So he doesn't get to shoot again.
Now another model was taking a model out of action, so it's another +1 to hit for everyone.
What? It stacks?
Yep. Let's read it again. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by models in your kill team for each other model in your kill team that has taken an enemy model out of action with an attack in this phase.
Jesus Christ.
So this is where...
That is bonkers.
So this is where, when Andrew took it at the tournament, this kind of
The
list...
plan didn't come off.
Plan didn't come
off.
Because
he didn't take anyone out of action.
I stopped him, but now we're...
the chain is going. The
chain
chain is moving.
So, Mr. Glass Half Dead, if you're listening, I'm living on the dream. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Your next one?
Over to me. We will go with a simple las gun from my guardsman that is next to the plasma guy out the front. Everyone's going to be at long range. So I feel like I just have to go for one of the ones that hasn't shot yet.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We'll go for... Who is this gentleman?
Who is this gentleman? Don't you know him from last game? Bull Baggis. Your arch nemesis.
I'm going for Bull Baggis then.
They're screaming, bring him down.
I'm going for Bull Baggis. So it's rapid fire 1. He's out of range. So it's long range. Obscured is 6s. I get 1 shot. That's a 5. No good.
Bull Baggis' turn.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna... Because I forgot about this guy down here.
The other melter.
So you're obscured, but within short range.
Okay.
Right, so let's work this out again. Normally hit on freeze. -1 for obscured. So that goes to 4s.
Can he definitely see him?
Yeah.
Not blocked by the barrels or his friends?
Yeah, so the flash kits have all got these like banner things on their backs. So that can see over.
Yeah.
We're already established a security, so that's fine. Using from that. So yeah, so normally hit freeze. Obscured puts it to 4s.
Mm-hmm.
But then back to freeze for one of the +1s.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2s now for the other +1 to hit.
Okay.
So I'm hitting on 2s, and he's demolitions. So
okay.
3 shots.
Yep. On 2s.
So 2 5s and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use one of the ammo runts reroll.
Mm-hmm.
For 6.
Okay.
I'm assuming 2s to wound. Strength 6.
Yeah.
And I'm demolitions anyway, so...
Rerolling. Oh, no, getting +1,
it's
but
+1.
it'll be 2s regardless.
2 of them.
Okay.
-2.
No save.
Flat 2 damage. There's a 5 and a 5.
2 5s. So that's... all my specialists, barring my leader, are now out of action.
I mean, I can't get any more buffs unless I'm mega long range and obscured and stuff. They'll be hitting on like 1s. That's an X. That's 3 lots of +1 to hit now.
But you can't be hitting on 1s, so it's just always going to be 2s.
Yeah. On a 6, he can shoot again.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's a 3. Back to a las gun. One of my dudes in the building in the middle tier is going to shoot over at the only one
Comms
that
guy.
hasn't, the comms guy that hasn't shot. Once again, it's a 6. Once again, it's a 5. No good. Back over to Barrett's boys.
He's going to fire then. They could go at your
Guy right at the top
guy right at the top
with the Voxcaster.
Voxcaster, so you're long range obscured.
Mm-hmm.
So that would go up to 5s, but then bringing it down by 3 because I've
twos.
3 shots on 2s.
Yeah, this is insane.
I think this list was horrible for the. I thought it would be funny, and I didn't think because it didn't do that good at the tournament when I played it. I thought, oh, it's a really like swingy, but it turned out fucking gross. All hit.
This is like when we were doing tournament prep that time.
Yeah.
And I brought a Death Watch list that I thought was just like pretty normal or something.
Yeah, and you just fucking...
And it would just turned out to be disgusting.
You fucking killed me. All hit.
They all hit.
2s to wound. 3 wounds. -2.
No save.
2 damage. A 5 and a 3.
So the 5 is going to take him out of action.
On a 6, does he get to shoot again? Yes.
He does.
So it has to hit the closest enemy target. So
the plasma guy.
So on 2s again. 3 1s.
Fucking
but
finally.
I got an ammo run, so I can reroll 1 of them.
Okay, yeah, you got a second ammo run.
For another 1.
Thank God, where has this come from?
4 1s in a row.
So that was one of my guys that hadn't shot yet, who you put out of action. So I've got 2 more. So
it's my initiative. I have some people to shoot.
What the?
Are they still ready? Are they?
These are still ready.
Okay,
yeah. So we have 2 guardsmen on the ground floor. So for both with las guns, I'll do the first one over to Balzac because he's on his flesh wound already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 6s once again. It's 5 again. That is mental. And then the guy next to him for another one.
Yeah. Oh, almost.
As a 3, it rolled so slowly over the 6, hit a rock and came back to a 3. That's all my ready shooting. That's all my shooting now.
Yeah, mine aren't in range to hit anything else because I've only got pistols and grenades.
Okay. We do have a fight.
I forgot about that.
So we can do that now.
Yeah.
You charged me.
Wayne, how many attacks you got? I assume 1. Yeah, 1 attack on a 5.
Okay.
It's a 3.
It's a 3, no good. I will fight back in maybe the worst combat ever.
Although your chances of killing Wayne are high. He's toughness 2 and a 6-up save.
That don't mean anything to me, mate.
A moral vengeance.
So, where are we? Only get 1 attack on a 4. That's a 1. One of those 5s would have been nice.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's the combat over. Morale. I've only got 5 out of action, so I don't need to test yet.
I've got none out of action. 1 on a flesh wound.
Yeah, so you'll need to give him a nerve test.
Leadership is 6, so I can't fail.
He can't fail anyway because he's got friends next to him.
Yeah,
so.
rolled a 4, but yeah.
That's the end of round 1 then.
Points wise,
what's the point situation? Points wise, there are no points. I haven't killed your leader. That is the points. Round 1 then.
That was fucking horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was disgusting. I didn't expect it to be that filthy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ran out in front of all of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But this is also why I wanted initiative, I think, to try and... I suppose it wouldn't have changed much.
Because you still moved forward with everyone. So
and you readied anyway, yeah, so I wouldn't have moved much. But,
yeah.
I mean, las guns are like pretty waste, aren't they? They're like not that great. They're just on the off chance you might get something off with them.
Yeah.
I got unlucky not to take Balzac out.
Yeah, that was very unlucky.
But regardless, so all my specialists by my leader are now out. I did not get to use either of my melters or Ripley's flamer.
Yeah.
Which is very frustrating.
Yeah.
But, you know, all I have to do is...
kill the hammer.
Kill the hammer, so it's still on.
Yeah.
I need to get moving though potentially.
Maybe I'll bring him out. Bring him out for show.
Well,
Nah, probably not.
if he wasn't such a little pussy, I would be out already.
It's
Leading his
all,
men.
It's all these mind games.
Yeah. Should we go on to round 2 initiative?
Yeah. 4.
7. So I do get to go first on this one.
Yeah.
So we'll cut away, we'll do the movement, and we'll come back and talk about it in a second. The ASTRA MILITARUM, a bit shaken, a bit shook by the onslaught. Sergeant Novak has ordered that they forget the veteran. He's in combat, he's on his own. If he lives, he lives. If he dies, he dies. The remainder of my team have all huddled together, and we are creeping around slowly but surely the top edge of the board. Everyone advanced out of that building that they were in. We're now on the floor outside, but hidden from the Orks by a line of sight blocking piece of ruins. Can't see anyone.
No.
And that is that. That was the movement for me. And then the Orks moved.
Yeah, well, obviously very frustrated that we couldn't see anything. I had to do some things, so I've completely disbanded that middle little cluster of hell, but to no benefit. So Balzac, he's gone straight up towards the top of the board from where he was. Then Balbaggis has moved sort of towards the diagonal top left corner.
The Ball brothers,
and then the comms guy, nameless so far. He's got a hat on. Let's call him. He's got a hat. He's got a hat on. Done.
There you go. Got a
hat on.
Got a hat on.
Well, the comms guy, so he's moved. He just moved straight forward to the top as well. So they've basically positioned themselves for if you're going to run past that edge of the board, they'll be there. They'll be there. One of them's going to see you. One of the ammo runts has planted himself between Balbaggis and the comms guy.
Yep.
And on the other side, I moved the captain. He moved down, to the bottom of the board, directly down, just peering around the edge of the crate, or on the edge of the building. You can see just about saw that combat that was going on with Wayne and your veteran. Ammo runs followed him, and then I pulled Wayne back.
Okay.
Fell back with Wayne. Our tips the tip of my gun and sword can see the tip of your flamer from around the corner.
Aren't touching, but they are peeking.
They're peeking tips.
They're peeking at each other.
So, and you'll get to shoot me first, but it might. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might
see how it goes.
I wanted something to happen this turn.
Yeah. What toughness are they? The
toughness 4, I think.
Big boys.
I think it's still 4. Yeah, still 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that, and then
so that's the movement. It's going to be a pretty non-eventful round. We move on to shooting. I can still do an order. Unfortunately, the only thing that is going to be shooting is my veteran. He's way out of reach of an order. Novak's voice can only carry so far.
Do you not want to do a move?
Well, this is what I was going to say. So, I can move, but I am a bit worried of coming into contact with all of your guys. So that's why I was hoping that you were going to advance.
Yeah.
So that you could just not shoot, but you moved.
Yeah.
You didn't
There's
advance.
no way I was advancing, just in case
I
regret it.
So I could move. But yeah, I'm going to move.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move one of my standard guardsmen with the las gun right there. Believe that was Barnes.
Oh, yeah.
guardsman Barnes himself. So he's going to move. He's going to advance an extra 3. So he'll have a 9-inch move. And he's going to run
Papa.
directly down the board and hide behind
Hidden again.
another ruin, which is quite lucky indeed. So we're just splitting the movement up a little bit, getting that board control, if you can call it that.
Don't suppose you can see him by any point.
I would say no. You're welcome to check. I couldn't see him.
I'll take your word for it.
I didn't even get as fully down as the Ork, and I couldn't see anything.
No chance.
Confirmed, no.
Confirmed nada.
So he's basically been ordered to take the other side of the board, to go and spread out a little bit. He's a trusted member of the team with a trusty las gun.
If
I'm
he's
sure.
my downfall, I'm going to be
You can see he's the only one that's wearing a beret
Yeah.
as well. So
That's
he
true.
is a long-standing member of this kill team. And hopefully, maybe you can join up with a veteran, and
Maybe.
something tasty will happen. No one's ready, but my veteran can now shoot, and he has a flamer. So is everyone who is in range?
You have Wayne and the captain.
Okay, so let's see how many shots I get first. 3. There we go.
Okay.
So I get three shots. How many?
2 wounds, the captain.
2 wounds on the captain.
4 up save. Wayne's got 1 wound, 6 up save. They're within 2.
And the captain is going to shoot me.
Yeah.
I have to put them all into the captain.
Oh.
3 auto hits.
Yep.
Strength 4.
Toughness 4.
That is 5 and 2 6s.
Right. Got to make 3 4-ups.
3 4-ups. Fail them all.
Failed 2. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
So that will take him down to 0.
I'm gonna re-roll 1
Okay, with a CP
for a 5.
for a 5. So he's on 1 wound.
1 wound. 3 shots from the captain into your veteran then.
Okay, I am going to
Oh.
spend a command point here, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Get Down
Oh.
for a command point. Here we go. So when you choose a model for my kill team and my model is obscured, I'm assuming I'm still obscured.
Yeah, yeah.
Attacks that target that model in this phase suffer an additional -1.
Well,
That's my last. No, is that my last? Yeah, that's my last CP.
it's a good job. He gets +1 from his Git Finder squig.
That's not my last CP, is it? I've only used 1. I haven't been jotting them down.
Yeah, just 1.
I just spent that 1.
Yeah. I normally hit on 3s,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd be 4 for obscured, and another 1 for your
5
thing, 5. But I'll bring it back down again for my +1 to hit. So on 4s.
to 4. Cool.
3 shots on 4s. And
Okay.
I've got ammo run there for a 1 reroll. So 6 and 2 3s, and I'll reroll 1 of the ammo run.
We will.
That is another 6.
I thought it went in the crate then, but the
Yeah.
open things, yeah. Cool. So 2 hits.
Wounding on 2s.
Yep.
There's a 6 and a 4. 2 damage.
No save.
That's 6. We'll take him out.
Okay, so the veteran is out of action.
On a 6, do I shoot again? No.
No.
No one to shoot
Can't see
anyway.
anyone anyway.
No.
That's the end of that round, and then
Yeah.
there's no fighting. Then we go to morale.
Yeah, you had initiative.
So I have bang on half out of action. So I don't
Okay.
need to check.
I got a flesh wound.
Yeah, you've got 1 flesh wound, so you will need to check.
Initiative 6. That's a 1.
There you go, always passes.
That's,
Round 2, a bit more tactical, not much went on.
no.
I've got 2 rounds to turn this around.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, you know. Just the movements that my team have to make without being shot at to get there, to get into a position where we can try and kill your leader,
Yeah.
is really difficult.
If you could get around here, this left side, you'd be able to see through the window.
We'll do one more turn
Yeah.
and see where we're at.
See what goes
Yeah?
on. Yeah.
Cool. Let's do initiative.
2.
It's a 5 for me. I actually now do think it's impossible.
Yeah.
I needed you to go first because you can just move. You can just move him out of the way as soon as I move anywhere that I can see him.
Yeah.
Unless I put you in a position where I can see you regardless. Yeah, look, let's cut away. We'll do the movement. We'll come back and talk about it in a second. So, I did a lot of advancing. Everyone who was conga lining behind that ruin from before has advanced as far as they can across the top of the board, over to the other side with my plasma guy being the furthest, who currently has eyes on the hammer.
He does.
Then just to his, just to the right of him is another guardsman with a las gun. To the right of him is a guardsman with a las gun. To the right of him is my leader, the last 2 of which are hidden behind some ammo crates, and a rather brave guardsman.
Yeah.
First of all, the guy that moved last time, he tried to charge Balzac.
Yeah.
Just to kind of take that shot off the board, but failed. So one of the other guardsmen stepped up and made it.
Yeah,
just
took it. Took one for the team.
Yeah, from out of sight, so no Overwatch. But that's where the ASTRA MILITARUM are at with their move. That is, I've one plan, and it may work, it may not work. Yeah. So the Orks move.
Well, we readied ball baggies. We readied the comms one.
Mm-hmm.
Readied the ammo run by them.
Mm-hmm.
Moved the captain back towards the top. He's hiding behind some barrels right in the middle of the board.
Mm-hmm.
His ammo runts moved behind him. Wayne's just walked out into the open. He don't care. He's just here for moral support now. Morale. And then I left the leader where he is, the hammer. Just left him. Left him in the window.
Beginning of the shooting phase.
Mm.
So I get to do an order.
Yep.
I'm going to have my plasma guy reroll 1s, obviously. Okay. I'm also going to decisively shoot.
I'm going to have to blow 2 as well to try and outdo you.
2 CP for me.
Yeah, 2
to try and decisively shoot.
Go down to 1. Do you go down to 1 as well? I think we both had unused 1.
We both had an unused 1,
yeah.
I believe, yeah. Are we doing two D6 each?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah? To roll off? It's an 8 from me.
It's a 12.
So you get to shoot first. Okay.
Ball baggies. He's coming at your plasma guy. You're unobscured from him. Within half range.
Okay.
And to be safe, I'm going to take the comms buff.
Okay.
3 shots on 2s.
Yeah. Go for it. Let's see if this comes off.
2 5s and a 1. Gonna use the ammo runts reroll.
Okay.
To make sure I definitely... Oh, no, it's silly. I don't need to.
Yeah?
No, I don't need to. 2 will get you.
Let's see.
2's to wound.
Mm-hmm.
2 and a 4.
2 and a 4.
-2.
No save.
2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
That 4.
3 and a 4, and that 4...
Does him.
That 4 does do him, indeed. That was my only chance, really. I've got another guy.
On a 6 up.
Yeah.
Can you shoot again?
On a 6, you shoot again.
No.
Now,
if we do a little measure, can he see your... Properly measure, can he see your...
Well, I still get to shoot next, or are you going to do your thing?
Daka, if...
Yeah, if you can see me.
If you can see you. I think I just about can.
Yeah,
yeah. So 1 command point, Daka.
Mm-hmm. Obscured.
Obscured and... No, not long range.
Okay.
Is the comm still in effect, or is it only a target?
It's this phase, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the wording on the comms ability?
Yeah. Yeah, for the rest of the phase. Add 1 to hit rolls for that model in this phase.
Cool.
So it goes back to freeze.
Yeah.
3, a 2, and a 1.
There is a 3 there.
I didn't use the runts thing. I decided against it, didn't I? So I'll use it for another 1. So just the 1 hit. 2 to wound.
Wounding on 2s.
6.
Oh.
2 damage.
2 damage. You will need a 5 or a 6 this time.
No.
That is a 1 and a 2. Gives me a flesh wound.
No CP to re-roll it.
Now, I have a CP left. I still get to decisively shoot.
Yep.
So I have my 1 guy that can see the hammer. Is obscured and short range, I believe.
But on a flesh wound.
So -1. So effectively -2 takes him to a 6. But for a CP, for 1 CP, see now it's a. Do I save it for a reroll, or do I not suffer that -1?
Okay.
I think I'm going to not suffer that -1. So I'm going to play gritted teeth. And I'm going to ignore. I'm going to ignore penalties to hit rolls from a flesh wound.
Okay.
Which will bring me to 5s. I believe I get 2 shots because it's rapid fire. It is indeed rapid fire. 2 shots on 5s, unless just in case he makes a hero of himself. Let's make sure.
The hammer, not Wayne.
Huh?
The hammer. Did you say Wayne?
No. Let's just make sure.
Oh, right.
That in case he makes a hero of himself.
Oh, right.
That his name is known. That is Guardsman Hicks.
Guardsman Hicks.
So we're looking at.
Oh, almost can't look. Have I thrown it all away for just provide some entertainment?
No, you haven't. That is a 1 and a 3, thus ending my chances to win the game potentially. Yeah. Let's carry on.
I've never readied one then. My comms guy, you can see this chap. I don't know who his name is.
That's the other one with the beret, actually. I lied earlier when I said there was only one with a beret.
I can see him, and is that your leader? But
that is my leader behind him, yeah.
I can see them both, so I'll split fire.
Okay.
Put 2 in the leader, 1 in the beret.
Okay. It's not got as good a ring to it as Pink and the Stink. But...
No, I have taken someone out of action. So +1 to hit. You are obscured, both of them.
Yes.
But within short range, so they will just stay on freeze.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Right, the 2 on the leader first.
Okay.
5 and a 6. 2s to wound.
2s to wound.
4
They
and
both
3.
wound.
2 damage. There's a 6 in there.
Oh, the 6 will take my leader out of action.
And the 1. 6. Hits. 2 to wound. 3. 2 damage.
Okay. Oh.
3 and a 1.
The 3 will leave him on a flesh wound.
However, on a 6, can he shoot again? No.
That's a 4. He's not shooting again.
That's my readied ones.
Sends it go back to me.
Yep.
So the guy that you just shot is gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot over to your heavy.
The captain.
the captain himself. It will be short range, obscured, and on a flesh wound, so 6s. 2 shots though.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a 6 in there. There is a 6 in there. Could have used that against Wayne.
Yeah.
Strength 3.
Toughness 4.
So 5s to wound. It's a 4. It's no good.
He is going to return fire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in fact, he's going to split fire.
Okay.
At your Billy Big Bollocks at the back. What was his name?
That was Hicks.
Hicks and Beret.
Okay.
We'll do
Private Beret.
Yeah, 2 in Hicks and 1 at Beret.
Okay.
No, 1 at Hicks, 2 at Beret for the audacity of trying to shoot at him.
Okay.
So modified. So he gets +1. It's going to be on 2s because 2 people have been taken out of action.
Yeah.
By 2 separate guys. So that's +2 essentially, and he gets +1 for his squig.
Okay.
So it's +3, and the only things are actually no, it's yeah. So yeah, it's just obscured.
Yeah.
And he's got an arrow run next to him. So we'll do the 2 on Beret first.
2
2s.
Okay.
2s to wound. It's 3 and a 4. 2 damage. The 5 will do him.
Yes. 5 will take him out of action.
1 on Hicks. 1 or 2. So 2.
Oh.
2 to wound. That's a 1.
That is a 1.
I don't have a...
Hicks remains.
Well. Hicksy boy.
Yeah.
Oh, on a 6, can he fire again?
Oh, good point.
Nah.
No,
3.
that is a 3. Is that the end of your shooting?
Yeah, because I don't think Wayne can actually... Wayne can't. It's not within 12, is it? Or is it? So you got a better view? Just out?
That would be 12.
Yeah, just out then.
Just out?
Yeah, just out.
Wayne is just out. Talking millimeters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the shooting then.
Okay. We do have a combat.
Yeah.
But I'm inclined at this point to just concede. Just to save what troops I have left.
Yeah.
I actually should have done that earlier, probably, because I forgot that this is a campaign.
Yeah.
It actually matters who dies.
Oh, yeah, God damn it, yeah. Yeah, they could all be done.
So I probably should have conceded a little bit earlier. But here we are. So I'm going to concede now. And we're doing things a little bit different with the campaign. So we have now obviously finished this game. But what we're going to do is, obviously, normally we release episodes every other week. In between those episodes of the campaign with the actual games, we're going to drop bonus episodes that have the kind of game roundup where we just talk about the game, as well as the consequences of battle,
that's it.
which is dealt with in the end of the campaign, end of the campaign matches. So it might feel a little bit short, but you're getting a lot more content. So look at it that way. Look at it that way. So we're going to cut it there. That is the end of the game. The Orks win.
Yeah.
The hammer was not defeated.
Not budging.
We underestimated them. We underestimated the Orks.
They've come back fighting since the last campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't listened to it.
Yeah. So yeah, join us next week, not in 2 weeks. Join us next week for the consequences of battle and a little roundup chat.
Spicy.